San Francisco Bay, 1984. The old Dumbarton Bridge is about to be destroyed. For most people, a long-awaited news event, and KRON-TV was there. For the camera operator, a helicopter shot, requiring him to hold the image steady at the crucial moment. And for the television industry, this was the breakthrough for stabilized optics. To achieve these shots, the news team relied on the Gyro Zoom 6300, an optically stabilized zoom lens for portable ENG cameras, designed to eliminate high-frequency vibrations. The Gyro Zoom image stabilizer was developed at Schwem Technology in Pleasant Hill, California. The revolutionary technology which supports the Gyro Zoom emerged after years of research and engineering by Nobel laureate Dr. Louis Alvarez and Arnold J. Schweman. The outcome is the first optically stabilized zoom lens, incorporated into a single lightweight unit. The Gyro Zoom stabilizer requires no external apparatus and was designed for EFP-ENG applications. For production units with no setup time or budget for special mounts or brackets. For those who must stay out of restricted or hazardous areas, yet follow the action wherever it goes. It is for crews who must shoot from moving vehicles in order to keep up with the action. Supply camera motion to help tell the story. Or bring the whole scene into view. The Gyro Zoom stabilizer is for camera operators who must compete with the same elements as their subject matter. And it's for the handheld operator who must shoot beyond the normal range to capture all of the action.
West recovered.
The Gyro Zoom 6300 can go wherever a state-of-the-art minicam is taken. Attached easily to the front flange of most 2/3-inch ENG cameras, it enables the operator to zoom from 60 millimeters to 300 millimeters, or shoot close up from 1,000 feet. The stabilizer can be used selectively and independently of the zoom by simply pushing a button. Compare the following footage shot by professional camera operators with the stabilizer turned off and on. In the competitive job of providing broadcast coverage, the question is always, what sets one professional team apart from another? And now Schwem Technology provides an answer. The Gyro Zoom can give a production team the edge it needs, allow you to capture shots you've avoided in the past. As an integral part of broadcast quality equipment, the Gyro Zoom will produce stable, quality images. It will move with the crew to get the most difficult action shots from a wide range of zoom positions. Lively, versatile, and cost-effective coverage can be accomplished more easily, and viewers will be less distracted by erratic camera movements. And at last, the camera operator will be free to concentrate on creative efforts rather than on the chore of holding the camera steady.
The Gyro Zoom 60 to 300 from Schwem Technology, a breakthrough for video production. The first optically stabilized zoom lens incorporated into a single lightweight unit, designed and tested to eliminate high-frequency vibrations. The Gyro Zoom requires no external apparatus, attaches to portable ENG cameras, and produces unprecedented steady shots in the field. It excels at shooting action from moving vehicles. The Gyro Zoom offers production teams a competitive edge, and as the Gyro Zoom operator, you are in a key position to deliver what's needed and use the lens to your advantage. But don't be fooled. Operating the Gyro Zoom is not like operating other lenses. With the new technology comes another style of shooting. Because of the lens's gyroscopic properties, there are special considerations to make before shooting and new operating techniques to learn. It requires even the most experienced pros' attention and some practice. To make your first effort successful, let's first review the features and controls, and then take the Gyro Zoom to the field, where you'll be able to pick up some important operating tips. The lens attaches easily to your camera. Mount it the way you would your regular lens. Turn the flange ring counterclockwise. Line up the flange with the camera lens mount. Insert the lens. Twist the flange ring clockwise, and then plug in the lens power cable. If you're shooting with an Ikegami HL79D, you must use the accessory power adapter. Note that there is a remote port to accept such accessory power cables or to make remote operation possible. Next, set the camera filter to clear, the 3200-degree color temperature or the normal indoor position. This will let optimum light level reach the camera tubes. To power up the Gyro Zoom, turn the on-off knob clockwise. The gyro in the lens takes about 45 seconds to come up to speed, and an indicator light will continue to flash until it's ready. Once turned on, it is most efficient to leave it on, as the gyro zoom uses only about 3 to 4 minutes of additional battery life per hour. The gyro zoom comes with a standard, replaceable 72mm filter and standard operating controls located in positions you'd expect, with iris, zoom speed, on-off, and power indicator on the back panel, and the zoom rocker arm, iris override, return, and VTR record located on the hand grip. The iris can be adjusted automatically or manually by setting the iris control switch to the desired position. The maximum f-stop is 6.2. While operating the gyro zoom, you may momentarily engage the semi-automatic mode by sliding the iris switch to manual and pressing the iris button located on the hand grip. Back focus the lens the way you would any other lens. Zoom in and focus on a resolution chart placed at least 12 feet away in good light. Zoom out to 60mm and turn the back focus adjustment ring until the image is sharp and clear. Zoom in to 300mm to check the focus again, remembering to tighten the set screw snugly when the focus is adjusted properly. Probably the only control you're not familiar with is the stabilizer control, located on the left-hand side of the lens. There are 3 positions for the stabilizer which you can choose from. Leave the switch off, and the gyro zoom will operate like any zoom lens. Push the switch in, and the stabilizer will be momentarily engaged. Now push it in and up, and the stabilizer will remain locked. To release, simply push in and back down. When you're transporting the gyro zoom, or when you take a break from shooting, it is advisable to make sure the stabilizer is in the off position. If you register the camera for the best stabilized image, register it with the stabilizer on. When planning your shoot day with the gyro zoom, there are several factors which should always be taken into consideration. It is a 60 to 300mm lens. It is more powerful than your normal lens, offering you a wider range of shots. But remember, it requires a minimum focal distance of 10 feet. And if you're zoomed out to 60mm, you'll need a much greater shooting distance to get the wide shot you'd get with a standard 12mm lens. Because of the gyroscopic makeup of the lens, there is also an upper limit of 6 degrees per second on the panning rate. Another fact of life is that in order for the gyro zoom to be compact and lightweight, we give up some lens speed. Therefore, it requires a lot of light and is primarily an outdoor lens. So let's take the lens out into the field to see how best to utilize its capabilities. The first thing you'll notice is that the stabilized picture has a very pleasing fluid quality, even though the gyro zoom relies totally on a mechanical and optical system and contains no fluid whatsoever. To keep the image flowing, you may want to start to think in terms of floating the image rather than zooming in on it or panning to it. You'll also want to change your timing, since where you're pointing the camera may not be where the lens is pointing. If you are floating the image, you will have to stay slightly ahead of it and finesse it along. So when you have a pan shot, start your pan early, pull your image along, stop your pan, and let your image float into place. When zooming, you should also lead the image along, being aware of where the edge of the image is and trying to stay a little ahead of the action. Of course, the gyro zoom does its best work when positioned on a moving vehicle, where it will eliminate the high-frequency vibrations. That means you shouldn't waste time trying to absorb the vibrations yourself. When shooting from a helicopter, for instance, there is no need to take the gyro zoom out on the skids. Sit comfortably inside and lean on the window. The lens is so powerful, it also won't be necessary to be right up on your subject. Helicopter pilots love the lens because they can stay away from restricted or hazardous areas. They're usually surprised when they are requested to fly further away, not closer. You can increase the gyro zoom's effectiveness by staying nearest to the center of gravity. When shooting from a truck, mount the gyro zoom low and towards the middle of the truck. Again, it's counterproductive to lean out the end of the truck. Pick a good, safe spot and let the lens do all the work. If you're not yet familiar with operating the gyro zoom, you may experience some unusual images. Let's look at a few common problems and ways to correct them. The image is drifting aimlessly and seems to be searching. Solution? The internal gyro is not yet up to speed. Check the power indicator light. It should be steady. Or the battery is low, yielding insufficient power to the lens. The image twists and an edge appears in the picture. Solution? The operator is panning too fast for the gyro. Because the upper limit for panning is 6 degrees per second, you must slow down the pan rate. And again, try to stay slightly ahead of the subject. When searching for an object, it's sometimes helpful to disengage the stabilizer, find the object, and then engage it. This can also apply to fast pans. You can disengage the stabilizer or turn it off to use it as a normal lens. Follow the action, and then turn the stabilizer back on when the action slows down. The image is soft or out of focus when zoomed all the way in. Solution: there is not enough light reaching the camera tubes. Use the clear filter. The image is dark or it's too bright and everything is washed out. Solution: reset your manual iris adjustment or switch it to automatic. Or finally, the camera and lens are powered up, but there's no picture. Solution: make sure that you've removed the lens cap on the back of the gyro zoom. Just an hour or two of practice should clear up any of these initial problems and give you the skill you need to operate the gyro zoom with professional confidence. Spend the necessary time, keep yourself open to the new shooting approach, and have fun discovering what you can do now that was impossible before.